Hi everyone, welcome to the last lecture video of our course. It's already chapter 14, Write Your Plan, Plan Yourself. Do you sometimes have trouble seeing the big picture? So I want you to remind yourself, don't miss the forest for the trees. And it works for social media strategies as well. So having a strategic approach was 10 times more important to effectiveness than other leadership behaviors. And strategic thinking here means taking a long-range approach and broad perspective and thinking systematically. And seeing the forest for the trees is more than a mindset for social media strategies. Slow and steady wins the race. What does it mean for social media campaign? Day-to-day posting, monitoring, content generation, and curation. That is why we promise to ourselves and to this class 3 to 5 times of post on your IG business profile, right? So social media is also built on trust, and building trust is a longer process. Don't make your reader wait for you. You should always come up with creative, unique content for them every week. NASCAR's social media effort to target younger audience and a commitment to reach them is a good case we can all reflect on for our own case. So their consumer survey also found that 61% of 18 to 34-year-old fans were more interested in NASCAR than the previous year. So they did Instagram campaign. So this is a vote saying who won the 1998 Monster Energy Series Championship. And also, do you know this character? I forgot the name, but Pop something. So they did a collaboration with this company, making their own characters as well on Instagram. Social media content creation. Social media staff spend the most time on developing content. And that is why we started from listening and publishing in the first weeks of the semester. So we all learned how to create and what kind of content that we should create for our brand. So these are the roles that social media staff has: social media professionals, responding to fans, measurement, listening and monitoring, posting content, strategy development, and content development. So content development takes the most time and the most important thing that we need to do as a social media professional. These are the types of voices that we need to know when we create social media content. So active voice is a sentence where a subject performs an action directly using a verb to show the action. So I'm doing something. Passive voice is a sentence where the action verb or object of a sentence is emphasized over its subject. For instance, you are subjected to do something. Point of view is the angle of considering things, as in writing from a first, second, or third person view of a story. I see a lot of POV memes these days on Instagram or Reels. So this is a good example. POV, someone tells you that you asked a good question. I always say that in class, like good question to my students. In social media writing, focus on second person, saying you more than us. So the person who are reading your message, feel that they have more control and they're more motivated to do any behavior that you want them to do. Using second person helps to draw audience attention and focusing the message on them. And conveying the message as a benefit makes a post more interesting and more likely to be shared. For instance, there are 3 examples here I prepared. We made the Vaporfly shoes that broke the 2-hour marathon. You can run in the Vaporfly shoes that broke the 2-hour marathon. Vapor shoes broke the 2-hour marathon. Among these 3, which one do you think has the most powerful voice? I would say the second. It's saying you can do this with our shoes, right? A landing page is a specially designed page with the main goal to generate sales or capture leads from a campaign. So when you get into someone's website, you see a very important core message right at the top or right in the middle. So it takes our attention. Social media writing should be clear and concise, written in a conversational tone. We've been talking about it from week 1, right? Be personable, but also clear. Avoid pushy, overt sale messages and invite curiosity. So these are some steps to follow to create a good social media content. First, think of a few celebrity or popular TV characters, movie characters that capture the essence of the brand attitude and perspective. And then find your adjectives. For instance, genuine, telling fun, helpful, exciting stories. And third step is to follow brand standards for colors, logos, and fonts to ensure brand consistency across social, digital, and traditional media. And fourth is ensure you have good contrast when placing text or graphics over images or colors so they can be seen. So white space, the negative space, is the area around between design elements that enables them to stand out. So for this example, everywhere around surrounding these people will be the white space. Rule of thirds, a principle that divides an image or layout into thirds. So divide them into thirds here, horizontally and vertically, to place elements in a more appealing, balanced way. So this is a really good example that these are the people who we want to focus in this picture, and they're almost in the middle of this picture, right? So think about dividing your image into 3 and 3, and we can apply this logic for our own personal Instagram account as well. A content calendar is a way to plan and visualize how content will be distributed during a specific period. You must determine a posting times and posting frequency by social platform. What content is the target audience looking for in each platform? And when are they most likely looking for it? This is what we learned from publishing on Sprout, right? So they told us, their AI system told us, this is the time that that they pay most attention and they're more likely to share this message. What questions are they asking that the brand can answer? Which content will be brand generated versus consumer generated? Think about, aim for a mix of real-time relevant content and longer-term evergreen content. So evergreen content here means that doesn't go out of date. So something informative could be a good example. Evergreen content is important because it can draw traffic to brand pages over a long period versus shorter spikes for time-specific topics. Integrate your larger content marketing and digital marketing activities into the social media content calendar. This is the example how you create a content calendar. So social media channel, target, and persona. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you shouldn't forget posting them on the weekends as well. Title, theme, assets, tags, keywords will be good things to start with. Metrics and analytics. Metrics are standards of measurement by which efficiency, performance, or progress can be assessed. And the key to understand social media metrics is to know how to collect data, track metrics, identify KPI, key performance indicators. So on Sprout, we looked at performance indicators such as impressions, how many times people shared our story, how many times they clicked on our post, right? Engagement rate measures the amount of interaction social media content earns relative to other audience figures such as reach. So Instagram Insights is the tool that details metrics on how people are viewing brand Instagram organic and paid content. So if you have a business page, you can go to on the right top corner here and click Insights, and they'll tell you impressions, reach, website clicks, and profile views, along with demographic variables like gender, age, and location information. And these are some terms to do the analytics better. So brand awareness is followers, impressions, traffic, share, voice, reach. So with these factors, we can assume that they have great brand awareness when they have high number of followers, impressions, traffic, share, voice, and reach. Sales and leads. Sales revenue, lead conversion, non-revenue conversions, and email signups for like newsletters. Community engagement. Clicks, likes, shares, comments, and mentions. Brand audience. Mentions, followers, share, voice, engagement rate. Web traffic, link clicks, conversions, email sign up, product trials. So these are the things that we need to consider to do better analytics. Dark social is the term that it's very important nowadays. And Mark Zuckerberg first used this in the Facebook keynote saying, the future is private. And he started the term called dark social. And it's a web traffic with no referral data to be more private. And the link was shared through unmeasurable social media. So you cannot track these dark social. So for instance, you can use shortened URLs to share unique links in social networks and emails. Or you can add social share buttons, and also for number one, the shortened URL will be unique to each reader, right? And second, add social share buttons on websites for visitors to use instead of copying and pasting URLs to track referral traffic. Third, use Google Analytics to narrow the direct traffic to referrals that are most likely dark social using advanced audience segments. So for when we are getting the Google Analytics certificate, I think it was April 8th, you'll learn how to do this, how to narrow your publics. Fourth, track dark social traffic with share button and HTML codes that find copy and paste shares of page content or URLs. So these are the steps to follow to achieve the dark social. And also other metrics that we need to be familiar with, consumption metrics. How many people viewed, downloaded, or listened to social media content? So it's content consumption, like media consumption, right? Sharing metrics, which measure how relevant the social content is and how often is it shared with others. Lead generation metrics, which measure how often social media content consumption results in a lead. Sales metrics, which measure whether money was made from social media content. Be sure to include metrics that track performance at each stage of the buyer cycle. So we learned from chapter 5, there's pre-purchase cycle, purchase cycle, and post-purchase cycle, right? And the purchase funnel, starting from awareness, interest, desire, and action. So think about which metrics are necessary to follow in each stage. Social media budget. Budgeting is really important, right? It's an important part of social media strategy. Most likely will be necessary if you want your strategy executed. In-house cost, which is to be performed by your own employees, and outsourced cost to be hired out, will be separated in your budgeting plan. This is an example how you should do your budget. So you can think about the budget category, and then you start with the in-house expense and outsourced expense, and then total category. So in the budget category, you'll see content creation, which takes the most effort, right? Writing, graphics, video, and social advertising, social channel 1 to 3, and social engagement, social channel 1 to 3, depending on how many channels you have. And then you are writing how much money did it cost per hour or hours per month, right? And then you'll get the column of total category of fixed and percentage. So for content creation column, in-house or outsourced time to write and design social media. So anything that you put effort for content creation. And social advertising it could be paid, outsourced cost, because advertising has to be outsourced if it was paid, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat. So you're using this space of social media platform to do your own advertising on social media, right? So that's why it means it should be under the outsource column. Social engagement, the cost for employees or contractors to listen and respond to brand talk per channel. Software and tools covers monthly costs for social media monitoring and other automation services. For instance, if your company is using Sprout, then the subscription fee will be under software and tools. Promotions and contests, costs for prizes, discounts, and coupons. And then total will be the total column. Add total per month, per line item, and per category. And calculate the percentage of each category and the category percentage of the total budget. How do you know if the total is too much or too little overall? A general guideline would be to take the brand's existing marketing budget as a percentage of revenue. So you will see how much percentage of the whole marketing budget is taken. AI, we talked about this in chapter 5 and also chapter 7, right? The programming as well. So artificial intelligence is a computer system performing tasks that normally require human intelligence. That's why we need to do automation in this process. It's the software that does tasks without human intervention. Drip marketing automates sending a series of communications on a schedule or by consumer trigger actions. And machine learning is when computers learn from experience by modifying processes from new input. So you are teaching the computers instead of you are doing this work in the future. Natural language processing finds linguistic patterns to analyze and synthesize speech. Natural language generation takes non-language inputs and generates spoken language. And you can also do image recognition, which I want to do for my research as well. Or computer vision is software that can recognize people, animals, and other objects from images on the internet and social media. Predictive analytics helps understand future performance based on current and historical data. Intelligent virtual assistants add a human interface to software to answer questions and respond to comments. So these are the percentage of how much does it take in the whole world of AI. And analysis of data takes the largest role. On-site personalization, optimization and testing, email marketing, image recognition, automated campaigns, they're all pretty equally important. Theoretically speaking, I want to tell you about this theory called uses and gratification. This is a communications theory that was used in the communication studies and mass communication discipline from early 1970s. Uses and gratification proposes that audiences are active in media consumption and they all have these various needs, why they are here. Understanding how consumers use various media and the different gratification they seek. So what kind of gratification are they looking for? Can help brands tailor traditional and social media content to be more effective. So for instance, I go to IG for my own personal account to post food pictures or to post sometimes my selfies or travel pictures. Then the gratification that the need to share my good news to close people or maybe to recommend these nice foodie spots in New England to other random people who look at my Instagram. So those could be a few of my gratifications as an example. So discussion question. Select the gratifications that most apply to social media. Next, select 5 different social media categories or channels, that is, social networks and media sharing, or Facebook and YouTube. So Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and list the types of gratification each social channel or category could possibly satisfy. It must be really different platform by platform, right? Finally, brainstorm and explain examples of the type of brand content that would be created for each type of gratification within each social channel or category. So tell me what kind of content would work the best for each type of platform for what gratification? I would love to know. Mini case study. We have a case of Saucony. Saucony's Find Your Strong campaign. Saucony is a brand of shoes. They make sneakers and also apparel that focuses on the sport of running. So please watch this video when you have time. This site is dedicated to you, the runner. You're our inspiration and the reason we do what we do. Rather than tell you how we feel about running, we'd rather hear from you. So it's a user-generated campaign. Run for Good Saucony community, and they used a hashtag called Run for Good and made their Saucony fans or users, anyone who's running in Saucony, post this for their campaign. Launched the world's first Instagram relay race around the world on Global Running Day to raise money for health-related charities. Isn't it really great? So not only they increased their reputation for their own brand, but also they did something great for their community, for our society. For each mile run, they donate money to charities for those who post selfies on Instagram and tag Run for Good, hashtag Run for Good, and Saucony. So this could be a really great example also for using gratification as well. We use media as to satisfy our gratification to donate for our society, to do something good if we have goodwill. And also we want to help our charities, for health-related charities. Could be one of the reasons why this campaign was successful. Okay, so this is the end of chapter 14, which means the end of this course's videos. So we can still have Zoom meetings or in-person meetings whenever you have questions about final project or anything about the lectures. So I hope you enjoyed this course so far, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.